I want to team up, like Batman and Robin.
Nobody wants to be Robin.
What's wrong with Robin? Would you like Big Daddy's Robin?
Okay, Robin wishes he was me.
What I'm trying to say is we should be partners. You and me like the dynamic duo.
I'm in the NFL, Dave. And you play Pee-wee.
So train me. I want to walk the walk, and you're the closest thing I know to a real superhero. Aren't you tired of being on your own? Don't you want to know someone's there for you? Someone who's got your back?
And you'll do anything I say.
Anything.
Hit me.
You're a 15-year-old girl.
There we go, a clip from Kick-Ass 2, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by one of the stars. You might know her as Mindy McCready. You will definitely know her as Hit Girl. It's Chloe Grace Moretz. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. She's iconic, isn't she, Hit Girl?
Yeah, I definitely think, I think Hit Girl's definitely a very, very, very special character. Yeah, I think she's definitely one of those cult classic kind of girls, I think people have really taken a liking to her.
Do you think that people expect you to be like her?
I think some people expect me to be a lot more crass than I am, that's for sure. Yeah.
So you're going to disappoint me then?
Yeah, I think I'm a lot cleaner. Yes, definitely.
I wanted to say welcome to the UK, but I mean, you've spent so much time here. I mean, would you actually do a British movie where, you're playing a Brit? Is that something you think you could do?
Well, I mean, in Hugo, I did a British accent, and I did all that for Hugo. But yeah, I think that it'd be a lot of fun to play a fully, in a fully British movie as a fully British character. Yeah.
Have you picked up different accents since spending all your time here?
Yeah, I think I have an ear for different accents. So I think whatever country I go to, I seem to start speaking in a British accent or a German accent or whatever country I'm in. Definitely.
So Kick-Ass 2 is actually based on a couple of Mark Millar's comic books, right? Could you want to explain which ones they are and what happens in them?
Well, it's a couple of different things. I mean, they started writing the comics as we were writing the script, so they kind of melded together. I mean, there's the Kick-Ass comic, and then there's Kick-Ass 2 comic, and there's the Hit Girl comic, and we melded my character from all kind of the Kick-Ass 2 and the Hit Girl comics, but at the same time, like I said, we were writing the script while they were writing the comic, so it became very linear, but obviously the comic is much more heightened than the script.
So Mark Millar, who writes the comic books, is on set all the time as well then?
A good bit, yeah. He's on set every now and then, but they talk a lot more to him than he does come to set because he lives in Scotland.
Yeah, he's Scottish.
Yeah, Scotland. Yeah. I think he lives in Scotland too. Yeah.
So do you have a good relationship with him as well? Do you know him well?
Oh yeah. He's a sweet guy. I mean, I think from doing the first film, it really did become all about the passion project, because when we did the first one, we didn't even know if it was going to be seen. So it's really about, it's all about that love and, the connection that we all had together to make the movie.
So your portrayal of Mindy, of Hit Girl, has affected how he writes his comic book?
Yeah, for sure. And also how John Romita Jr. draws it. I mean, John Romita, after he found out that, I was playing Hit Girl from the very first comic, he started drawing the character a lot more like me and everything, which is another crazy step, that really does bring you in deeper to the whole aesthetic of the movie and comic.
Wasn't it originally called Balls to the Wall, the sequel?
I think so. Something random like that. Something super weird.
It's amazing. I mean, it's not now called that, but I still like to think of it as that in my head.
I think the comic was that, but the movie wasn't ever going to be called that. I don't think we'd be able to clear that name through the studio system. They would not be down.
Obviously, if people know the first movie, they'll understand why there's no Nick Cage this time around. Mm-hmm. But there's an amazing picture of him, isn't there, in like your lair? I think it's the greatest picture I've ever seen of Nicolas Cage. You've got to look out for it when you see the movie.
Him just smiling, yeah. Well, because Aaron and I sit down on the table and drink hot cocoa together, and in the background, it's him just sitting there laughing to himself. It's the cool thing about Nick in this movie is that he really has a looming godlike figure over the movie. You can really feel his presence throughout the entire thing, and he's there. He's there in her mind and in her heart, and also with Aaron, with Dave Lazowski.
Do you know if he's seen this one yet?
I have no idea. I know we wanted him to do a couple cameos and flashbacks within the movie, but he's too busy, so we were like, no.
And of course, a massive comic book fan, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I mean, he named his kid after Superman's real name or something, right?
Yeah, it's Kal-El.
Yeah, Kal-El.
Yeah.
So crazy. So that's a true fan.
People have got to look out for a character called Mother Russia in the movie. Would you like to explain who she is and the actor who plays her as well?
Oh yeah, Mother Russia is a very, very interesting character. Her name is Olga, and she's actually one of the nicest girls you'll ever meet. But she's 6 feet 6 inches, and in heels, in like the heels she was wearing on set, she was 7 feet 1, I think. So she was huge, yeah, to say the least. And she plays this crazy Russian, total just massacre artist. She just kills and doesn't have any feeling towards people.
But you had to fight her.
I did, which was insane considering that I'm 5 feet 4 inches and she is 2 feet taller than me.
So maybe you can just explain then the choreography and the practicing for the big fight scene, because this is surely months in the planning, right?
Well, no, I mean, you know, they planned it for months, but I really only had about 2 weeks of rehearsal before we shot that part of the film, because I started filming a weekend off of Carrie. So I finished Carrie and I literally had a weekend off, and I started filming Kick-Ass 2. So I had basically no time, but I only had 3 or 4 fight scenes in the entire film. So for me, it was physically a lot easier. But yeah, you know, we choreographed, we broke it all down together. That way we learned each other's movements, and we were able to kind of jimmy the choreography to make it a bit more, a bit better for the two of us, you know what I mean? And really personalize it. So it worked out really well, yeah.
Obviously the first one was a hit, caused a bit of controversy as well. Did you feel, or did the cast and the crew feel the need to kind of up it for the second one to repeat that?
Yeah, you know, you try and not think about it that way. We really just wanted to make a movie that was just as good. You know, we tried to not make it better or any way. It just kind of fell into that place. You know, I think the fight scenes were definitely crazier, and I think the ideas for the characters were definitely much bigger and badder and everything else. But, you know, we didn't try to purposefully, you know, go like, okay, we got to make it better, because I think that's when
more swearing.
Yeah, I think that's when you fail, you know, is when you try and think about it that way.
You've been in movies for a long time now, haven't you? I think 8 was your first movie? Aged 8? Oh,
5.
5, really?
Yeah, so I've been in this for 11 years.
Sack the internet, they got it wrong.
Yeah, always.
So if one of those movies comes up on the TV, let's say you switch on the TV in the evening and it's Big Mama's House 2, you going to watch it?
I mean, my family will. I don't like watching myself, so I try and not watch myself on movies, but you know, I can appreciate it, for sure. I can appreciate what I did when I was a baby.
But it must be weird, because obviously, you know, you looked so much different then. I mean, you changed so much in that time.
Yeah, I mean, I was a totally different person. I mean, I was 11 years old. You changed from 11 to, I was 15 when I filmed the movie. You changed from 11 to 15. I mean, that's a crazy change. You're not the same person at all from 11 to 13. So 11 to 15 was a crazy change. And now that I'm 16, I look back and I'm like even when I was 15, I was much different than I am now, because I think each year in my age bracket is a huge change.
And you've come here straight off the back of another film, right? This is the one with Keira Knightley, is it?
No, that was before the one I already just did.
Okay.
I did the Keira Knightley one, and then I did the one with Denzel Washington and Antoine Fuqua called The Equalizer.
Okay. So what's the Keira Knightley one?
The Keira Knightley one is called Laggies, and Lynn Shelton is directing it. It's a dramedy between two girls who become randomly best friends. And
this is you and Keira Knightley.
Yeah, and you know, one's like 28, or yeah, and the other one is 17 years old, 16, 17 years old, and they strike up this random relationship, and they just become best friends, and then it kind of plays out. I can't say much about it because no one knows much about it, because it's it's an original screenplay, but it's really exciting.
So she's playing American.
Yeah, she's playing an American girl from Seattle.
Okay. So that was a few months ago, and then there's been The Equalizer since.
Yep, I filmed the Equalizer. I finished that 2 days ago, and then by the end of this year, I will have filmed 6 movies.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But that's fine. You're happy with that?
Oh yeah. I mean, if I wasn't happy with it, I definitely wouldn't be working that much.
It's nice to meet you.
So nice meeting you.
And we're all out of time, but good luck with Kick-Ass 2.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.
Thank you.